All right. Hello, everyone. I am BB Sage. I come from a long line of cotton pickers, pimps, and preachers. So this is my wheelhouse, public oration. I have been enjoying this holiday season. Just laying low. Something I like to do is, you ever have those days where you're just laying around the house, maybe in your own bedroom, just chilling, sucking your own dick. Those are my favorite days. But it wasn't always like that, When I was 15 years old, I started going through puberty and stuff. I was a skinny kid, so I looked about 12. And I stood in line for 4 hours to sit on Santa's lap. And so when I got up there, I whispered to Santa. I was like, whispered in his ear. I said, "Hey, Santa, I want a big dick." And Santa, God bless him, he was like, "Well, ho, how big?" And I was like, no, Santa, not your big dick. I want one for myself. And I was on the fence. I wasn't sure that I believed in Santa Claus, but I made my Christmas wish anyway. Well, Christmas morning, I wake up and I have a 3-foot dick. And this was like maybe 1985, we didn't have the access to pornography that kids do today. All we had was like the Randy Savage bite into a Slim Jim commercial. So, I never sucked a dick before, so I was like, okay, maybe you bite into it. But I quickly learned, and ladies, you should know, you kiss it first. Okay? So, it's Christmas morning. We typically had a big family gathering. All the relatives, the moms, the dads, the grandmas and grandpas, the aunts, the uncles, and then an army of cousins. And so my mom's knocking on the door. She's like, "You get up and get ready." And I'm kind of breathless. I'm like, "Okay." She's like, "What's wrong with you?" And I'm out of breath, and nothing. So you know how moms are. They think they know everything about you. So right away, she gets on the phone with the aunties, and she's like, "Oh, girl, yeah, I think he in there making duck butter. My boy's becoming a man." So mom thinks I'm having wet dreams and shit. Meantime, I'm sucking my big dick. So we get to the Christmas party. Everybody's there. And, I had this cousin, Henry, that I was always kind of jealous of Henry. He was like the crowd favorite or whatever. He's smart, he's handsome, always getting the attention. And I thought, well, this is my big chance. Now, no one knew that I had a 3-foot dick at this time because I had wrapped it around my waist. I instinctively knew I shouldn't tell anybody about this, But there was my great Uncle Hoppy. He was into jazz, a bebopper. He likes to shoot heroin. Into the stump of his prosthetic leg. He just take that off, boom, light it up, let's go, party. So he was my favorite uncle, so I'm over there talking to him, and he's like, "Hey, young blood, what's happening? How's it going? You seem pretty happy." And I was like, "Yeah, things are going great." And he's like, "So what you into?" I'm like, he's hard of hearing, so I'm like, I'm currently sucking my own dick, man. And he's hard of hearing, so he's like, what you say? And just then, his life partner, Bobby Jean, who was like, he was real skinny, she was real fat. We called her Bumblebee, a black bumblebee. And she had, just pictured, just Aunt Jemima, right? Big red juicy lips and that tight fat, And so Bobby Jean, she dropped it like it was hot. And the record skipped, and just at that precise moment, I'm like, I'm sucking my big ass dick. Oh man, you could have heard a pin drop. The room went silent, and everybody's looking at me like I'm crazy. And so what ended up happening is they sent me to a conversion camp, right? A Christian-based conversion camp, because I came out of the closet as a cocksucker. And so I'm sitting in circles with all these like teenage gay kids, and it's kind of like jail. They're like, "What are you in for?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm in here for sucking my own dick. I'm not really gay." And long story short, I ended up getting a dick reduction. They took off about 2 feet, and it affected my confidence. But while I was in there, I met a guy named Ted Mitchell. He was light-skinned at the time and had real good hair. Later on, he became part of Michael Jackson's entourage and did the opposite treatment of Michael Jackson. He got pigment added, became famous as a male entertainer. He won Mr. Thunder Down Under three consecutive years, 98, 97, 99. That's a whole other story. But I was in there with Ted. Okay, 1 minute. I don't know if I can get through this because there's a moral. There's a moral to this story. You just hang in there with me. There is a moral to the story. So I was in there with Ted. Oh, 1 second. We're gonna have to. Okay, the reason I came out about my big old dick. Yep, I wanted to be the center of attention. So when it came time to open up presents, yeah, okay, of course. The room froze. Okay, we've already covered that. Oh, my Uncle Hoppy, he was in the corner. He wanted to cut the tension. So he gets up and he starts doing these one-liners. He's like, "Hey, I once was a man from Nantucket. Had a, you know the tune, had a dick so big he could suck it." Yeah. So, and then he starts with these one-liners. He's like, "Hey, what do you call a third-generation hoe? Ho, ho, ho." That's a Christmas joke. And then, I said he was a bebopper, so he's into jazz. And he liked the drums, so he starts with all these drum jokes. He's like, "What is the most confusing joke or the most confusing drum that you can play?" "A conundrum," right? And he's like, "What kind of drums do hummingbirds play?" "Home drums," right? And then he's like, "What kind of drum is nasty, holy, and mentally puzzling?" "A cunt nun drum," right? So that did cut the tension. But the moral of this story, after you go to conversion camp, yeah, right there, my confidence took a hit. Okay, Ted Mitchell. Ted introduced me to heroin, by the way. Okay, so there's a lot more to the story, but I'll end with this. If you can suck your own dick, shut the fuck up. Be safe.
Just the tip. Woo!